Hey YouTube, this is GI Nerd Commander back with a review of Zartan from the Pursuit of Cobra line. You can see him beep, beep, bang 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 coming out behind that barrel there. Okay, before we get into this figure, I would just like to state that I did not want this one. Zartan, cool concept for a character, not really a character that I ever really got into though. So let me adjust this. There we are. Okay. Yep, like I said, I have most of the Zartans that they did make from the 25th anniversary series, but just never really cared too much for them. Mostly just that the outfits that they usually give Zartan are just a little too, I mean, military-wise, the majority of the time he has like the chest plate and a bullet. But anyway, I digress. I'm completely digressing from my point. I'm going to go right into it and say this figure, love it. And I love when I get a G.I. Joe that I don't even want and I come to find out that it was a perfect buy. It's very rare. It happens once every so often. But this figure right here is a great buy. The detail, we'll get to that part in a little bit. The thing I love the most about this figure is the detail of this hood here. I mean, he looks like he's been spending time in the desert listening to the Beatles and dropping acid with people that he calls his family. I mean, he looks really freaking cool. Excuse me. So, and I mean, he just looks like a really bad dude. Comes with this handgun that actually comes in the package with him that I left in. He also has these two really flimsy machetes that are poorly painted and hard to get out, and you'll probably have the same problem that I did. Mine are all bent. But that's not really a big deal. I mean, when I first saw it, I was like, why? But it actually really adds to the character. I mean, he doesn't even look almost like a G.I. Joe. He looks more like a dude that's living out. Where's my camera stopping? Oh, there you go. Okay, it's back. I mean, he looks like a dude that's living out in the desert, chopping up hitchhikers. Just a badass dude. This comes off a little too easy, but I mean, it's not a problem. The detail in it is unbelievable. Little cobra sign down there. Tons of weathering on it. Just really, really nice. He also has these little, really hard to see tattoos and the pink skin tone, which I think was just a reference to when he had the chest plate that changes colors, whatever. It looks like he's been sunburnt, which actually makes it look really cool. Okay, let's get to some of the stuff that Zartan comes with. This is, by the way, so far my favorite Zartan that they've ever made. Even though I'm not a huge fan, I really, really like this figure, and I absolutely did not think that I would. Okay, so we've already seen the handgun and his two machetes and the cloak. Let's get to one of the more... I thought that this was going to be really retarded, but I actually kind of almost like it now. Is this little guy? And he comes with a little falcon hat, helmet, and then the stand fell off. The stand and the little hat itself are not really made to stay on for too long. Well, look at that. It actually did stay on for a little bit. Okay, now it's off. But good detail in the hawk here. Looks really nice. Not a whole lot so in the helmet, at least as far as paint goes. Not really a huge problem. I mean, not like I'm really going to be using it too much. His staff. I need to adjust this again. Okay, that's going to be a lot better. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, he does come with the pick commando gun because, and this is bent also, which I freaking hate, but that's fine. I'm not going to get mad about it. Which also came with the pick commando. I need any more of those. He also has the vest and a backpack.
The backpack looks cool, but they skipped on the paint for this to do this, which I was kind of disappointed in. There's also a small hole right here that you could store this. And this is really cool. I'm not going to be using it on Zartan. I'm going to use it for somebody else's head. But I thought that this was going to be that dipshit Channing Tatum's head. It kind of does look like that. They definitely kind of went with the sculpt, but they changed it just enough that it doesn't look like him, which is freaking awesome. The hat that is on here is incredibly detailed. It looks really, really good. The goggles, I don't really know if they come off. I'm sure that you probably could take them off. I'm just going to leave them on because they just suit it. So, all in all, surprise factor of how much I really like this. The look of the figure is a 10. I'd give it overall an 8 out of 10. Why an 8 out of 10, you ask? Just because some of the accessories are... I mean, well, like, okay, this does look really nice. But, I mean, this wasn't painted. And really, I mean, what are you going to do with this? I mean, you could pose them with it, but I'd prefer not to. So, I live in the desert, and I'm gonna kill you. What if they'd ever changed it instead of him living in the swamp, living in the desert? That'd actually make more sense. Probably a lot cooler. At least in my opinion. We listen to the Beatles. We write Helter Skelter and stuff. Blah. Alright, with all that said, this has been GI Nerd Commander with a review of Zartan from the Pursuit of Cobra line. Definitely pick this figure up, especially if you're somebody like me that doesn't even like GI Joes that aren't completely military style. This figure just really kicks ass. And I'm not a fan of the Dreadnoks either, but if they made the rest of the Dreadnoks look this good, I would seriously consider buying them. Or, what's his name? Ghost Rider? That comes with that new cycle thing that they have. I ain't gonna get that cycle, that's dumb. Okay, that's a whole nother thing though. So definitely pick this guy up. 8 out of 10 figure. Looks great. So, that's all it said. This has been GI Nerd Commander. Have a good night.